Welcome back, everybody. This is our MRS22 Spring 2022 Quiz number 2 review, part 3, our third problem. This is the big one, the word problem. And so please make sure if take notes of this one. It's going to look a lot like the quiz questions. So, hey, just, different numbers in this case. So, here we go. All right. Natasha wants to start college fund for her child. Since tuition is going to be very expensive where a child goes, she decides to invest $125,000 into an investment account that'll pay 4.5% per year, compounded monthly. Now, right away, when you see this compounded monthly, there's a formula that we need to use. All right. The first part is going to be write a function C of t that will model how much money will be in the account after t years. The formula we're going to use is going to look like, in this case, C of t, although no, we use A of t, is equal to C sub 0, right? By the way, again, A and C, this interchangeable letters, times 1 plus R, the rate, over N, and the number of times we compound, raise the NT power. Okay? So the C sub 0 is the initial value, and so we see in this case our initial value is $125,000. C sub 0 is $125,000. Our R value is 4.5%, but you have to change it to a decimal, and to do that you divide by 100, so that becomes 0.045. Some of you guys are putting it as 0.45. That's not the same thing. You have to divide by 100. Take the rate and divide by 100. Use that decimal. The N value, in this case, is going to be number of times compounded, and that's monthly. And because there are 12 months in a year, N is 12. So what it looks like in this case, the equation we're going to come up with, our formula for part A, will be C of t equals 125,000 times 1 plus 0.045 over 12, that's a 12, raise the 12t power. And that's going to be part A. Okay? Again, N is the number of times we compound per year, And since monthly, it means it's 12 months per year. That's how we do this one. Now, we want to calculate the number of years to the nearest tenth of a year for the amount to reach 400,000, assuming no money is deposited or withdrawn from the account. So this is the second part, right? And so what we're going to do now is use this formula here. And by the way, if you use the wrong formula, all right, just to let you guys know, if you don't put the R over N and T power, you're going to, again, lose points for that and also because it'll be the wrong formula. All right, but if you use that formula to find the value for, in this situation next, and you have to solve algebraically, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, you want to show how we do this now. We're going to, in this case, make sure we show the work and to get credit for the second part of the question. So the amount we want to look for is, in this case, $400,000. That's C of t. So we're going to enter for C of t equal to 400,000. And our t value is the unknown. So now our equation looks like 400,000 equals 125,000 times 1 plus 0.045 over 12 raised to the 12t power. And that equation by itself is going to be worth a point. All right, so, all right. Now, there's a strong temptation at this point to multiply the 125,000 with the 1 plus 0.045. That's a 5, not a 3. Sorry about that. There you go. Over 12. And you can't do that because order operation says before we multiply, we must do exponents first. And not only that, you want to isolate this whole expression because the variable is going to be an exponent. So whenever the variable is exponent, we use logs. So we want to get this 1 plus 0.045 over 12 raised 12t power by itself. So how we do this? Well, I'm gonna give myself a little room here. We're going to divide both sides by 125,000. We'll probably want to take our graphing calculator out. So let's take our calculator out. And we're going to take the 400,000 and divide by 125,000. And we get 3.2. Oh, it works out a nice number. So that's pretty good, though. So we'll change to 3.2. So here we get 3.2 is equal to 1 plus 0.045 over 12 to the 12t power. Now, because again our variable is exponent, we're going to use what's called logs. I'm going to use a common log in this case. So we're going to use log. We're going to put both these values into log. All right? Log of 3.2 equals the log of 1 plus 0.045 over 12 to 12t power. Okay? So I just entered the calculator, and I got 1 point for that 1 plus 0.045 over 12. I got 1.00375. So we'll use that number because it's not a crazy long decimal. Okay. So now this becomes log of 3.2 equals the log of 1.00375 raised to the 12t power. And so now, one of the great things about logs is that because our variable is exponent, and only works when we have logs. I'll move this up a little bit here. We're going to take this exponent of 12t and move it to the front using what's called the power rule. Now, the power rule of logs means the following. If I have log of a to the c power, this is equal to c times log of a. So the exponent can be taken out and moved multiplying the log. So now we end up getting log of 3.2 equals 12t times the log of 1.00375. We will divide both sides by this log of 1.00375. Oops, log. Not just the number, the log of that number. And you're going to get this crazy number here. So we get 12t equals log of 3.2 divided by log of 1.00375. Now I'm going to leave it this way because we haven't found t yet. Instead, we have to now divide both sides by 12. All right, so now how is this all going to look when we use a calculator? Well, here's what we're going to do. So we have log of 3.2. So we have the log, here log is on the left side, log of 3.2, close parenthesis, divide by the log of 1.00375, close parenthesis. That was what we had on the left side. And now we're dividing it by 12, so we divide by 12 again. And we're going to get 25.89623016. Now the question asks to round to the nearest, in this case, nearest tenth of a year. So that would be 25.9 because we see in this case the 9 rounds up on 1 on the 8. So 25.89 becomes 25.9 years. So we get our final answer, t is equal to 25.9 years. And that's our answer for this one. I'm going to make this full screen so everyone can see here. Oh, it's a lot though, yeah. And you might say it's a lot of work, but we've been doing so many log equations. If you've been keeping it with the regular classes and been doing the homeworks and stuff like that, you see in this case, it's, it's the added part for this one is just using a different formula here. But make sure when you're using your numbers, you get some crazy decimals, don't round off until the very end. Okay, keep those decimals in there if you need to, or if anything, write as a fraction, because fraction is much easier to write things down. All right, everybody, this is the big question, and I hope this is helpful to you guys. So if you have watched all this and you're saying what happened, go back again, pause the video to figure out the different parts. For example, the original function, what it looks like. Our first step, for the second part, plugging in the 4,000 for C of t. All right. And then from there, our next step is divide both sides by 125,000, or that initial value. All right. And then taking the log of both sides. Okay. All these steps are going to be necessary to show work. And, get in this case, get the answer in this situation though. So I know a lot of people, you haven't done a lot of practice yet. Please try to do some of these. And worst comes to worst, do the same problem over and over again to get the technique. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Again, please make sure to hit the like button if you found this helpful. All right, and if you watched all of this all the way down again, hopefully it's helpful. And if you need to watch it again, I guess watch it again though. All right. Good luck with your quiz tomorrow, everybody. This is our last question we're going to go over for the quiz tomorrow. 3 questions. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone. Good luck. Be safe.